Good evening, traders. 15th of September 2021, almost 8 p.m. Indian Standard Time, and we have a breakout. It clearly shows that the trend is stronger than the resistance, and Nifty gains 150 points, a handsome move from the index as it was consolidating for 6 trading sessions. We got a beautiful, well supported by large caps, high momentum without much intraday oscillations or volatility. A good close at 17,535, almost near the highest point of the day. All good. A nice show of strength from the bulls. We were a little worried, careful of that 17,300 mark. The index was consolidating. It did dip a couple of times, but to a lot of extent, it is now behind us, at least in the short term. The erstwhile resistance zone will be the immediate short-term support to watch for. This is close to that 17,400, 430 level. This is where, from a very short-term perspective, tomorrow, day after, is where the index should manage to get short-term supports, or else 17,300 will stay as the next level to watch for. Now, the index had shown pretty good strength since it broke that 15,900 mark. It was a short-term breakout followed by 4-5 days of consolidation, follow-through movement, one big gap down day, but after that, not looking back at all. The movement from the lows of 16,350 to the highs of the recent 17,400 had been one way, and the recent 6-day consolidation is what we have a show of ease off from the index. What I mean is the trend is still very much up, and it has proven that it is resilient. No signs of any divergences, no sign of price-wise any kind of candlesticks or anything per se on the daily chart which suggests there can be a serious correction. Same goes with 75-minute time frame, 125-minute time frame. Also, the weekly charts are beautifully poised. Just 1 week of slowdown, and this week we have picked up again. All throughout the different time frames, the trend is up and intact. No sign of worry. Short-term volatility, short-term corrections are fine, but overall, it's a healthy, strong bull market. Bank Nifty and the banking stocks is something that we've been talking about recently. The triangular breakout that we spoke about in our yesterday's video, today it has given us a breakout. In fact, the best thing about today's move, if you ask me, if you sort the sectoral performances, right after the public sector enterprises, it's the PSU bank. Yes, surprisingly, it's the PSU bank which moved up, and the primary contributor to this is State Bank of India. We know it's an important stock. It's an institutional favorite. It's one of the heaviest traded stock in the market, and it gave us the final breakout. Now, this support from the banking and from SBI was much needed. The support from the private sector banks, the support from banks like ICICI, HDFC Bank was there, which led the Bank Nifty to move on to an uptrend and then consolidate. But then the PSU bank supporting in that to SBI was a very good move. Public sector enterprises, something that we do not talk about too often, too much, but a wonderful movement has come in. Stocks like ONGC, NTPC have given phenomenal move. Strong uptrend. One should definitely stay in this space. There are various ways you can look for. The CPAC ETF is there. You can look at various mutual funds which take a look at the group of this public sector enterprises, but it looks like this pocket is definitely going to perform well. IT picked up fresh momentum. What can we say? Look at the beautiful trend. It's actually, when we see such a steep trend, tend to get a little worried. But what worry? The markets are supporting very, very well. FMCG was a little flat, which is all right. It gave a very big breakout once it took out that 36,000, 37,000 mark, and yes, it should slow down a little bit. Overall, it's been a healthy move from the market and its sectors. If you take a look at the top stocks which make up the Nifty 50 and sort it out, then Bharti Airtel, wonderful pickup of momentum, followed by HCL Tech, no stopping there, and yes, State Bank of India, as I was mentioning. Reliance, after the recent quick correction, has now slowed down and we can expect some bounce back. I'll be keeping a very, very close look at Sun Pharma. Sun Pharma, because of the level of contraction that I see on the chart. Of course, from a slightly medium-term perspective, we can very clearly see a nice triangular pattern. Sun Pharma is one of the better off stocks within the space. The healthcare space has been quite mixed, with stocks underperforming big time, going through a larger correction. But Sun Pharma did not actually show that. And so, from a very short-term perspective, a breakout of these two dojis is highly possible. So, keeping a trigger close to that 787, 788 mark. Apart from that, within the banking, ICICI Bank and HDFC Bank both have come down close to their supports, short-term supports. And so, a prospective bounce back is likely from these two stocks as well. So, overall, we are in a pretty healthy uptrend. There's no reason to doubt this trend. The momentum always slows down, then the reversal comes. The momentum did slow down over the last 6 days, and now it has picked up fresh momentum yet again. So let's continue the bullish bias. We were cautiously bullish, and I think that we can lose that cautiousness a little bit and go forward and continue to look for stock specific movements in the market. Do not try to go contrarian short. Contrarian shorts have definitely paid the price and will so unless we can clearly see some kind of weakness in the overall market. I was talking about the global markets in our last two videos, wherein I spoke about the Dow Jones, how it has actually moved into a downtrend, and this turned out to be a dead cat bounce very clearly. So this index is not looking that pretty. It's just up 75 points right now. SGX Nifty, as we do this video, it's almost 8 p.m. It's down 30 points. It's trading at 17,500. So this worry from the global equity markets, especially the US markets, may stay. We have to see whether we couple or decouple from this phenomenon. But as of now, let's stay with the trend and make most of the momentum. For the rest of this week, trade well, trade well.